Yeah.
More or less.
The title of this stream
is going to be
Pump up the jam.
Reflection of Names.
Reflection of Names. Yeah, I like that one.
Festival of Names. So there's the Festival of Names, I think was the title of it. So I'm going to do the Reflection of Names.
And that can be, thinking about them or seeing them in the mirror.
Oh, whoa, crazy. Confirm and go live. Bada bing. Let me pull up my phone because for some reason the chat in the app I use doesn't pull up the chat. And we're live.
Well, all right. That's amazing. We actually get to see everybody.
The gang's all here.
It's been a while.
Cool. All right. Let's get this crap show on the road. Last time you teleported your way back to Faeheim, met up with Trask, your old vampire friend who informed you of the Festival of Names, a holiday coinciding with the spring equinox here in the northern hemisphere. He asked you guys to attend so that you could be presented to the city as heroes of the city. You do, after some investigation around trying to find the Muriel's grave, or crypt, or a clue to it. End up finding out that the Nightingale Gardens, the place that you had previously fought some overgrowth, I guess, was known as Muriel's graveyard. You attend the Festival of Names, meet some familiar faces, and made your way to the mausoleum. You broke in, literally.
Knocked, and the door just opened.
You knocked, and the door opened, and then shut.
Wow,
Completely locked
crazy.
behind you. And you made your way, finding Muriel's crypt, buried underneath a sarcophagus made of raw aether.
Right.
Going down into this large cavern lit with glowing crystals, you met Muriel, who recognized Castle as Warden. However, she didn't. She recognized that he wasn't her warden. He wasn't the same warden that she knew. Then she transformed into a giant ghost dragon and attacked. I guess that was the last two sessions. Sorry, I kind of mixed them both up. But last session you fought, defeated her after a death and a resurrection, and a lot of damage and pain. And as you defeated her, she recognized that history was repeating with the Gith invasion, and she relinquished her artifact to you, the Flower of Renewal, which I believe now Castle is holding.
Fitting.
And now, in this quiet purple cavern, beat, and most of you, beat and bruised and bleeding, breathing heavy, the last echoes of Muriel's voice fading. We come back to find and to figure out what you guys want to do. So, what do you want to do?
I would like
First thing
to
Chance is going. Sorry. First thing Chance is going to say is that if that wasn't so deadly, that would have been epic.
You know, I really like it when it's not deadly and still epic, you know? Alright, well.
Kyle, you were.
I just wanted to search around this cavern that we're in to see if there's any cool items.
Oh yeah.
By
This
the way,
lady
we're
owes me
still in
some
combat
gold
technically.
and
if you
or a
want to end
diamond.
combat.
You're still in combat?
Yeah, if you click end, you gotta click end it.
Oh. Oopsies. No combat.
She owes me approximately 300 gold.
I am at 6 health.
Wait, what? Oh no, I owe you 300
No.
gold for it.
No. Muriel made me use it. She owes me the gold.
Well, I was the one who just rushed in there right up to her
Nah.
face.
That's why I bought them. But it's Muriel's fault.
It was very brave of you, Chance. You earned my respect.
Thanks.
But then you died, so you lost it.
Dang. Brutal.
Easy come, easy go.
Good to know. Yeah,
So, Rab-
Chance is gonna look around as well, probably up in the upper area first.
let's just do a group investigation check. Whoever wants to investigate the cavern, go ahead and make one. Make a check.
That reminds me, I found a module that does that. It does a calculated group roll.
That's cool.
I'll try and, if I remember at the end of the session, I'll throw that your way. That could be fun.
Well,
Throw
throw
it
it
my
Max's
way.
way. He's yeah.
Oh yeah, true. Investigation.
Oh yeah, I have those berries as well, don't I?
You do.
Ooh, look at all those rolls.
Yeah. Holy crap.
Why is the bot not working?
Love that. 19, 18, 18, 11. The-
Gotta have a control group. Yeah.
Before I eat any of the berries, does anyone desperately need some of these berries that heal a bit of health?
I'm at full.
About half.
Yeah, I'm pretty hurt.
That was Castle, right?
I am at 6 health.
Ah.
Oh.
Yeah, heal him first.
Okay. Alright, I have 10 of them here, I believe.
I'll take 4. Put me at an even
Charles,
10.
I think there's some brain matter coming out of your nose.
If only that were so.
That's right, I got the renewal flower last time.
Yep.
Okay, giving 4 berries to Charles. And then here, 4 to Castle. Does
Where'd
that
you get
sound
good berries?
For me,
Oh.
thank you.
Yeah, 4 for you. Well, if you remember, there was that big flower bush that had been planted by the old elven gravekeeper.
You weren't
And-
here for that.
Oh, I wasn't there. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
okay. Yeah.
one or two of us checked it out, and I chance tried one of them and found that it healed him a bit and made his hunger go away. Okay,
Be
and then
prepared
last
to potentially turn down the music bot.
last 2 berries to.
Oh, did you want me to find something, Max, or do you?
I just found something and it's
Okay.
It's processing it right now. We'll see if it does it successfully. It's a little esoteric Spotify playlist. So
Yeah.
if you could pull up a reliable YouTube playlist in case
Do
this
I
one
need
backfires.
to? Do I need to do anything?
Probably not.
It sent me a message.
Yeah, I think it was just telling you, hey, I'm here now.
Okay.
Right now it's processing the Spotify playlist and converting it into a YouTube playlist.
Cool. All right, so with those rolls, I'll say Chance, Charles, and Donko, you head up to the sarcophagus itself, and you can see the skeleton within. Um, it's interesting. You can see the skeleton within because the entirety of the lid is made of glass.
Mm.
Let's just prematurely turn that down. And it's like it's got this glass in the center and then this gold filigree all the way around. It's a beautiful, absolutely beautiful sarcophagus. And you do notice that there are little trinkets and things down at the base of um, the coffin.
Like inside the lid, or
No, outside, just kind of at
Like
the base.
like tribute or something.
Almost, yeah.
Okay.
You see some gems, some coins. You see a little doll, old and kind of rotting almost in this atmosphere, but it's just kind of laying there like a child's doll. But that's really about all that you can find up here. Wrath, you look around, and apparently sometime during the fight, a chunk of that purple crystal had broken off and is laying next to one of the pillars, and it's still glowing.
I'll go pick it up.
Okay. You pick it up, and you can kind of feel it's warm to the touch. And it still glows. It's just kind of this almost like softball size chunk of glowing crystal. So you can, if you want to, you can add that to your inventory.
Yeah, I'll keep it.
Chunk of
It
purple
will-
glowing crystal.
Yeah, basically it'll shed just kind of like a general dim light within 10 feet of you.
Nice.
Just kind of a low light source.
A decoy grenade if I ever saw one.
do
Be
you
a good bluff.
think? Do you guys think anyone would be offended if? And
She's not using any of this stuff anymore.
I'm gonna put detect magic up, and like I suggest we only touch things that may actually be useful, and if something isn't magical or isn't going to help us stop the Githyanki from destroying the world, we kind of leave it alone, like the
But what
doll.
if it's really cool?
I don't see any. Well, this is a grave. You would be interested.
Right. Mara was a grave cleric, right? Like she gets it. She gets it. Grave robbing's part of the business.
I don't know if that's true for grave ghosts, but
I don't know anything about grave clerics.
I don't know enough about death to dispute that. But yeah, does detect magic pick anything up?
It does.
Oh.
The chandelier above you guys, each of the little purple flames is magical.
Got it.
But that's about it.
All right, continue.
Actually, that is
No artifacts. Am I able to get about 300 gold worth of stuff?
from what is at the base of the sarcophagus. There is, and I'll just let you guys know since you guys are kind of practiced adventurers. There is about 500 gold worth of gems. You have some onyx, some sapphire, some ruby in there. And the coin equals up to about 600 gold pieces.
Well, we're not strapped for cash right now, so Donko, just take whatever you say she owes you, and we'll leave
I'm
it
just
at
gonna
that.
take exactly 300 gold. That's all I need.
Okay.
That leaves an extra Would you say 400 gold in gems and then 300 extra gold?
500 gold of gems, and yeah,
So-
300 gold.
I would leave the
that's
gems
800
and just
gold
take
between
the
the rest of
gold.
Well, if I might ask if there's specific gems, Josh, if that's okay.
Go ahead.
Let me pull up my component pouch. Okay, I don't need that anymore.
Are there any branches of mistletoe that were cut with a golden scythe on the night of the
On
full moon at midnight?
Full moon. You know what? Those are strangely missing from this bag of
Dang,
gems.
I'd expect that here.
Oh, actually, I don't really need
With the label and
any
everything.
gems anymore.
Just like mistletoe.
It has a little tag. It has a little tag coming
It's
off.
just like a giant little block of text.
I mean, I need expensive gems, but I don't need any like the. I got 10 ruby dust for continual flame, and I'll never need more than that. Blah blah blah. Yeah, no, I'm good on gems actually. So no, I'm set. I just take that 300 gold, leave the rest for everyone else.
I'm not. Well,
Okay.
I'm gonna suggest we don't take the rest of the stuff. We just let Donko take whatever he wants to. We're not. Again, we're not strapped for cash right now, so. At
Fair
least I don't
enough.
think we are. Let me double check.
I could always use more. My material components that I'm missing are in the thousands of gold cost. So
Okay, well I
How
have
much is
200,
platinum?
10 gold each. So I have
Okay, so I have, like,
2,500.
Yeah.
I'm not exactly, again, strapped. 2,500 though.
that's like one.
Rare item.
Yeah, it's like one rare item on the low end.
Well, it's more middling, but
Yeah.
I'm fairly certain very rare starts at 10,000. But
Chance will just leave the gems and coins alone.
respect for the dead. Yeah, and if there's nothing else to view,
If no one else is taking the gold, I'll scoop it. Like,
leave it.
I wanted everyone else to get some.
No, leave it.
All right, I'm taking the rest then. Whatever. I need it. Druid life is hard. All right.
It is mine, and I'm choosing to leave it here.
Castle. As everyone's kind of spreading out and looking around, you feel a hand touch your shoulder. As you turn, you can see the faintly glowing visage of Muriel.
Quit taking my stuff.
I don't know. How far my warden has gone. But if you are his vessel, he would want you to protect them. And she kind of gestures to each of your friends as they are up by the sarcophagus and looking around,
Arguing about gold.
arguing about gold.
The moral ambiguity of grave robbing.
I follow.
We. As you walk up there, you can hear her voice kind of fade. Warden always said that we were his strength. Be theirs. And she fades away once more. What do you guys do?
Well,
I think some of us need some of that.
All right. Charles will eventually just say, "All right, fine. Take whatever you want, Donko."
Even the bones? I'm kidding.
No.
I already have enough.
Okay. All right. It's hard to tell when any of you are joking.
No facial expression. Yeah, I get it.
And Charles will just go back to his pass wall that he cast a while ago, make sure it's still like structurally intact. It's been less than like 10 minutes, I assume. So
Oddly enough, yes.
and I think pass wall lasts for an hour. So we're fine.
Yeah, no, you guys are fine.
Still gonna expect it anyway as an excuse to get away from morally ambiguous grave robbing.
You go back and check it, and yeah, it's fine. There's no issues. And I'm assuming as you, the rest of you follow and head out, what do you guys, is there anything you want to do beforehand?
Chance is going to pause by Risa and ask, Castle, do you need help carrying her back up?
Yes. Well, I'm actually just going to stuff her in my bag of holding.
Okay.
If you want, I could.
Can
I guess it's
you hold
faster.
her arms while it...
I guess that's faster.
Risa stuffed back in the bag of holding,
Yep.
where she, yeah. You guys head back out the pass wall, giving boosts and whatever to kind of climb up and get out. You head up into the main chamber of the mausoleum. Door's still closed. The night is still. Yeah, it's getting towards the end of the day, but relatively young. The night is. As you unlock the door again that was magically sealed.
Yep, I cast arcane lock and then
Yep.
basically making it so. Yeah. The caretaker
guys
can
have-
still use the key.
You guys head out into the night. The door closes behind you. You can see now that a lot of the candles have burned down to nubs. There's only a few people out this late at night. Not many, and there are definitely less apparitions walking around with everybody. It seems that the equinox itself is starting to wane. And nobody questions, nobody sees you guys walk out into the beautiful beautiful gardens that surround the graveyard. Where do you guys want to go?
I don't think I've had a chance to speak with Wayland yet, right? He wasn't at Trask's Manor when we went there.
Correct.
Trask said he was busy doing something, but I forgot what.
I believe he was helping. I believe he was helping down in Misthaven.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. So he's out of town. Dang it.
Okay.
Well, I would suggest resting up somewhere and cleaning up.
Mhm.
Well, we could
And then
do some
our-
of the cleaning up now. I do have prestidigitation.
Our next goal as a party is to find the floating city. Is that what we're doing?
That's the last place, yeah.
That's the
And
last
or
place.
get the blood letters. I kind of want to do the blood letter arc because that sounds fun.
That'd be fun.
I agree on the bloodletter thing. I definitely feel like the sooner we get them on our side and informed of what's happening on the continent, if we can, the better.
They seem like reasonable fellows. I think,
Sure.
I think
Oh yes.
And then the other major things are the war on this continent and finding what Warden has left behind.
Yeah.
we also need to figure out what happened with that orb that's still missing in the air.
Wait, what?
That's something I think that's going to show up when
What are you talking about?
the orb that we lost track of in
Oh
the
yeah.
city.
Well, I mean
Yeah.
the Gith have it, so
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
using it for something.
Well, yeah, something.
If I remember correctly, Solthrun told you guys about that.
Did he?
He didn't tell us
Yeah,
much
so
if he did. Unless he did.
yeah. Well, he said it was like an orb of. Oh, I'd have to go back through the notes. But it like weakens the person attuned to it while they're looking for either a weapon or city.
Right. It helps him find something.
Mm-hmm.
Like a super scry, basically. Interesting.
Alright.
To Trasks, then?
We can just do whatever we all like, I feel. I'm gonna relax. I'm in pain, so I'm going to do whatever I like. If some of you want to follow, I'm going to probably go to a bar and then go to Trask's. Or maybe Trask has free drinks. Let's go to Trask's.
Most likely.
Right. To Trasks then.
You guys make your way through the candlelit streets, nodding to people and people waving as you go by. Find your way to Chateau du Bollier. Go up to the door. It's open, wide. Seems that they're kind of airing things out or something. You head on in, and off to the left, you see the big staircase that goes up to the second floor. Off to the right, you can see the what's it called? Like a sitting room, basically. And there are a couple of figures in the sitting room. Trask is in his big high-backed chair, a glass of wine in his hand, and kind of opposite him across the way, you see Julius. Trask looks up and looks at each of you. Welcome back. How did you like the festival? That was quite fun, wasn't it?
What were the battle wounds I sustained? I'm trying to remember why I lost so much gosh darn health. Was it the breath weapon? I feel like it was the breath weapon.
I think it was part breath weapon, part claws.
Did she claw me?
Oh, probably, yeah.
Okay.
She tried to claw a lot of people.
I know. Okay, so what was the breath weapon again? It was
Necrotic?
So whatever that would look like on a body that's torn up a bit. And it's like, yeah, we
sorry.
Like ashy, burn.
Force damage.
Oh,
it's force damage.
So it's just magical damage.
Bruised and bloody.
Chance's clothes must be pretty torn up from.
Yeah, no, you got clawed and bitten. Yeah.
Yeah. We're just like, yeah, we partied real hard.
Julius turns around. Oh, hey. Good to see you guys again.
Good to see you, Julius. It's been a while.
Yeah. Do you guys want to sit down and have a drink?
Charles will immediately walk over and just sit down on. I don't know. I just imagine Trask's place is full of like beanbag chairs or like.
Honestly, the sitting room, half of it is beanbag chairs,
Perfect.
And half of it is like big cushy, not quite recliners, but like those big cushy chairs. So you flop down on the beanbag chair, and Trask waves to a couple of servants. They bring over drinks. And,
yeah, Chance is gonna flop down in a chair near the fire.
When they bring in the drinks, Donko's just gonna like stand up really straight and like, I just had a brilliant idea, and I'm gonna wild shape into a monkey and take a drink. After all this time, I don't know why I didn't think of this sooner.
Yeah, I guess that is a very simple solution, isn't it?
Yeah. Trask like looks at you, and then just busts up laughing. And you can tell he's a little, even for a vampire, he's a little tipsy at the moment. And okay. What kind of monkey?
It'd have to be one that I've seen. We're in a mountainous forest zone.
Yeah.
I would say like the only monkey you've seen are like street performer monkeys if they exist.
That
They do.
or mountain monkeys, which would be
I don't know what mountain monkeys
I don't know the name of but like the big fuzzy ones. Let's see.
Orangutan?
Chipmunks?
No, those are.
Trying to remember the name. It's on the tip of my brain.
Either way,
mountain monkey. Yeah.
Lightweight or heavier like gorilla?
They're pretty thin.
Okay.
Overall, but they're big.
So even with a single glass of wine, I'm gonna need you in monkey form to make a Constitution saving throw.
Monkey stat block.
So what happens if he drinks it and then wild shapes it back?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out.
That's a very interesting science experiment in my mind.
They have.
We're gonna find out.
So a flat d20.
15.
Not bad.
Yeah, one wine or one glass of wine in, and you're feeling good. Like it tastes. You can taste, and it tastes decent. It's yeah.
I'm gonna on wild shape, see what that does.
It immediately. Well, let's see.
Do you have polymorph? Because you could also give Castle the feeling of taste.
I might, but I think polymorph is an expensive spell, isn't it? Let me check.
Okay.
Polymorph.
I think it's 4th level.
Oh yeah, I'm completely out of 4th level spells. I might have higher though. 1 hour concentration and just caterpillar cocoon. Okay, no, I can cast that.
So you wild shape back, and the sensation of a little bit of lightheadedness, the taste lingering, goes completely away.
Oh.
Well, it was worth a shot. You want to try Castle?
No, thanks.
To each their own.
I need a clear head or the work I have ahead of me.
Next time.
Maybe. If I ever get an appetite again.
I always come up with the best ideas when I'm a little tipsy. It's wonderful. Charles is practically like 2 glasses down at this point. Tell you one time in college where we came up with the best prank.
During this time, Chance is just still holding her first glass and staring into the fire mostly.
Good. As the night progresses a little bit more at a time, Trask and Julius are quiet, contemplative, and unless you guys want to have any other conversations or anything, I think one by one you all find whatever form of rest you guys find.
Charles, before bed, would like to just spitball with Trask and Julius and the group. Just like, alright, Castle, or Warden before Castle, did something. I want bets on what he did.
Like he did something good or did something bad?
No, did something in preparation for all of this. He spent so long. My idea is he built a big gun in the side of a mountain. And it'll just like when the Githyanki, it'll just
that would be quite a feat of engineering.
Yeah,
like a space gun? Or like a space laser?
Space laser, but in a mountain.
Yeah.
A big old Gauss cannon. You can't.
Anti-get the Yankee cannonry.
AGC.
AGC.
That's my
Okay,
theory.
that's a good idea, but let's take it a step further. A really giant robot with a gun in it.
All right, Donko's
Made
on
out
the
of a
giant
mountain.
robot. What does Trask think?
Trask just kind of sits there, chuckles a little bit. Well, if it's anything like you, Castle, my bet is an army of robots.
Ooh, so
Actually,
not
we're
a
pretty sure
one
that
big
is
robot, but a lot of smaller
A
robots.
lot of
Okay.
lot of smaller ones.
oh,
Yeah,
like
like
little,
that.
Sneaks
Not-
are like so small they're stealthy, but they can like.
I was thinking more. I was thinking more like Castle's friend, the one he
Action
made.
figure-sized robots. Got it.
They'd be cheap. That's my bet. Julius just shakes his head. You all think he prepared? How could you prepare? How could you? How could he know that this was coming back?
Well,
Oxide.
there's someone behind what the Githyanki are doing. You know, their ultimate leader. So what if Warden left behind a portal with exact coordinates to that leader? Because if you take out the leader, you take out one of the crucial people that want to do what they've been doing.
What if it's a deity and like he's setting us up with tools to kill a god? That would be cool.
All right,
I've
changing
always
my
wanted
answer to
use
Gun
Flash kill
God.
a god. Gun god. There has to be one. You know, it's probably dwarven. Probably a dwarven god.
A gun shape. He made a deal with a gun-shaped devil. Charles is just nonsense at this point. But yeah, that type of conversation continues. But
As laughs and conversation dies off one by one, you find sleep or rest. You wake up the next morning. It's
okay.
a little bit later because you guys went to bed pretty late.
Long rest. Alright, did my Staff of the Magi auto-roll? That is the question.
That works. Should have consumed a.
I
Fourth
did
level.
not roll it. So
Wait,
let's do that.
1/4 level. It's 1/3. Perfect. All right. I spent the spell slots to reanimate my bag of skellies.
Yep.
You know, we have a lot of equipment here, don't we, in this building? Because we stacked a bunch of stuff in the forge, didn't we? Like a bunch of armor that we found.
Back at your house, yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna ask Castle if it's okay that I take whatever is available from my skeleton army.
For 1 hour in the morning, Charles will ask Chance to cast 3 spells at him to suck into the Staff of the Magi.
And then
wait.
short rest afterwards. Sure thing.
We've done
Here,
it before.
let's see.
We got
Wait,
established.
so we slept? Wait, we went back home and slept?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
took a long rest. At Trask's place.
Here, let's do invisibility.
Sure. Doesn't matter what.
Yeah, you guys don't have to go through the motions of it. Like it's, you could just say it's been cast and everything's good.
Man.
Got it.
So yeah, you guys get a long rest.
Yeah.
Everyone's full health, full
Full spells, full features.
whoever.
I've got 5 flashes and 5 arcane jolts and 10 giant.
Casting.
I'll say probably Charles and Wrath, you guys wake up with a little bit of a hangover. Chance, I'm assuming you didn't. Did you not drink last night at all?
Not much. He was more contemplating than drinking.
That's fair. So you guys awake?
Oh,
How long were they drinking last night, by the way?
I'd say a
Oh,
good
an
2
hour and a half.
hours.
Hour and a half,
Sweet.
2 hours.
Well, they
yeah.
were drinking because I have been fixing up Risa.
Right.
Absolutely. Go ahead and make your check for that.
Cool.
I just realized. I think maybe if Charles is sticking around during the short rest and in the morning, then Chance is gonna tell him about his very brief conversation with the bartender guy
Oh, go for it.
with a cowboy hat. Did Charles stick around during that short rest?
Yeah, I'll say he did. Just chill, because we're just waiting for the rest of the party.
Okay.
Um,
So when I died, I woke up in this like tavern place, and it was like all empty of people except for this bartender guy, and he had this like kind of cool looking hat actually. If I had the disguise hat tuned, I could show you exactly what he looked like. But like he was there, and it was like he was expecting me. But then he also recognized when Donko was bringing me back, like, you guys all needed me still. You weren't done with me. And he had like no shadow,
Oh,
which is like
kind of
unusual.
That's creepy.
that's
Death God.
extremely specific.
What, that I like no shadow? I know
Yeah,
it's just something I noticed, but like,
it's kind of weird you say that, because like something sort of similar happened to me, but I would
wait,
just
no man, I remember it like it really happened.
yeah, it's just I'm more prone to call it coincidence than anything. We're in the same party. We go through the similar experiences. Maybe both of our near-death experiences. If a third of us dies and then says the exact same thing, then I'm on board. But
I'm willing to help someone test that out.
don't do that. No.
Wait,
Okay, just
Rathus died technically, right? You died, but you lost your memories. You might not recall the Hat Man.
Amnesiac death doesn't count.
Josh, do I have any knowledge of the pantheon of the death gods?
I mean, you've read of the pantheon. This doesn't sound like any of them.
No specific deity that would do illusion magic or anything, or wear a big Stetson?
I mean, let me pull up my. Go to world building deities. Here we go. I mean, there's.
It is vaguely my area of expertise, so.
Right. You do know you know of a deity called the Soulless Host. It's kind of your antithesis. He's the god of the undead
Okay.
and necromancers and necromantic
So like a
magics.
neutral to
Like a Vecna.
lawful evil kind of deity?
Definitely in the evil side,
Okay.
evil category. Other than that, I mean, there's the Plague Bringer, which is the god of disease, decay. Another one of the evil on the evil scope, but that's it. There's no. You actually think about it. In everything you've read, there is no recorded deity that claims to be over death.
That's like
Interesting.
overall,
No,
like neutral overall death.
so no major pantheon, no ferryman.
Nothing like
Interesting.
nothing. It's weird.
Interesting. Very interesting. Okay. Cool.
Huh.
Good to know.
So, the morning rituals have been been done.
How much armor did I manage to gain?
I'll say you've managed to armor up. How many have you had armored previously?
Let's see if I have that note somewhere. It wasn't many, like maybe 3. Inventory.
I'll say with everything that you guys had gathered previously, you're able to armor up 2 more.
2 more?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't have that. Somewhere. Skeleton army, 10 total boxes of pre-made skeletons, 20 pounds each.
So this means we headed back to the house that the Sentinels have in this city?
At least Donko did. If you wanted to go with him, you could.
I'll go with him. I want to go check out our house. It's been abandoned for so long.
I'll say
Okay, I'll
3, so that puts me
And
at
Chance
I'll
doesn't
go
have
with-
a room yet.
I'll go with
and-
him, but I want to keep an eye out for like any magic item shops or anything where
Right.
too.
at least where I might find a bag of holding.
I want to shop for magic spell scrolls. Oh my gosh.
Well, you know exactly where to go for that. Those who have been to the city before. The arcane scroll.
Right.
Now I gotta go and get those notes out. Hold on a second.
Just started another shopping spree, didn't I?
I'm going to save you some time on mine. I'm just buying
Mine's also
specifically
gonna be quick.
5 sets of splint mail, so 200 gold each. I don't know if you want me to roll to try and get a discount on that or not, but
5 sets of splint mail, you said?
yeah, and splint is 200 gold on vanilla. So.
I'll say easy enough you're able to find that. Although, actually,
used is good too. If I can convince them to give me used sets.
okay. Let me do this real quick. I'm just going to roll a d20 on a 13 or higher. No. On an 8 or higher. You manage to get all of them on a 7 or below. There might be a shortage because of the potential war. There is a shortage. So you do manage to find that's not what you do manage to find 4 though. 4 sets.
Okay.
Yeah.
Puts me at. And do I get a discount at all or anything?
No, unfortunately.
Okay.
With the war, armor is kind of a commodity here. Okay. Moorcliffs, Bayheim, shops. Here we go.
All Charles wants is every ritual spell scroll that is available.
That's
Just tell me what's available and I'll pick from the ones I want depending on the price.
That's fair.
I have a Get Yankee chest plate.
Do you now?
I realized, yeah, we pulled it off that guy forever ago. Where is that?
You have Githyanki what?
I have a Githyanki armor piece.
Oh. So the arcane scroll is it going to be the
Yeah, one dented gift breastplate.
this document in the Google Drive?
It'll be a little bit different. I'll let you know what they've got.
Okay.
Is an AC not great, but better. I'm gonna make them.
Where is the
Hey Max, you have editing permissions, right?
In
Can
what?
you import me a
Oh.
another skeleton in my companions tab?
I do not have such permissions.
Okay, I'll wait till we're all done with everything then. Oh, that works. Thank you.
I'm trying to find the ritual tag.
Oh, you can type ritual at the very top
Oh, really?
in filters. You just type RIT and it'll be at the very bottom.
Cool. Good to know.
Yeah. And it's from any class. It doesn't need to be a warlock.
Yes. All right.
Specifically, I really want Rary's telepathic bond, but I'll also take almost all of the rest of them as well. Anything I can get my hands on.
Okay. You head on into the arcane scroll, and you can see the large Loxodon woman in the back as she's trying to help a couple of customers out, and she looks over. I'll be with you in a second. You recognize the very familiar interior. The right-hand side is covered in little cubbies that are just chock full of scrolls, spell scrolls specifically, and they are labeled. Um, Other magic trinkets and things are in very nice displays on each table in the center of this building, or the center of this room. On the left-hand side, you see a couple of large weapons that are shimmering with magic. One of them is has some crackling energy uh, shooting in between two blades that come out into a point. um, there's just a variety of stuff in here. So um, I'll start uh, with Chance. Anything specific you were looking for?
Well, a bag of holding first, because I'm pretty sure my backpack is like stuffed to the gills.
There definitely is bags of holding. You can see that there are several kind of almost lined up on just a shelf. There's like three or four still there. Uh, and if I remember correctly, you go over to them. They're very nicely made. The price tag says 150 gold.
Okay, that's doable. Chance will grab one of those.
Okay.
And then he's gonna, I guess while the others are still looking, he's gonna meander over to the weapons and specifically like one-handed weapons and see what's there.
Okay. You see one that's labeled, is it Voltage, if I remember correctly?
Ooh.
Is that the
Um,
one that with like the two blades that are sparking between them?
yep. Um, why am I not finding that? Oh, that's why.
Yep. I know
That's
exactly what it was.
Griffin saddlebag.
Yeah.
Um, it's a long sword. The blade splits and then merges back at the point, but in between you can see little shocks of electricity moving between them. The card down below it, as it's kind of hanging on the wall, says Volt Edge, and then the price is 2,100 gold. Um, Other than that, you do see two. Next to it, there is another longsword. Um, there we go. This one is shaped almost like the best way I could describe it is ice, like pounded out ice, as it's just kind of up the blade. Um, as you get closer, you can kind of feel uh, cold emanating off of it. The um, the card says Winter's Bite. And then what was my? Okay. Yeah, it says Winter's Bite, and the price is 1,800.
Chance is going to.
Well,
Well,
sorry, not quite done.
Oh.
There's a couple more up there. There's a mace,
Okay.
a large great sword, and then a spear that's kind of what looks like a twisting vines out to a point. Um, the mace, the head of it looks like an emblazoned sun. And the great sword, honestly, they look like dead leaves, kind of stacked on top of each other, heading up the blade. The mace is called Summer's Burn. The great sword is Autumn's Chill, and the spear is Spring's Shine. They are each labeled at 1,800 gold.
Okay, was that it? Or?
That was it. Yeah, sorry.
Okay. Is there any way of like telling if like the Volt Edge is something he'd have to attune to? Or
You could ask.
oh, good point. Yeah, Chance will look for someone who might be able to answer his question. I guess that Lockdown woman, if she's available.
Yeah, about this time, she finishes up with the customer she was working with, and she looks over. All right, dears, what can we get for you? Do you have any questions? What are we looking for today?
Charles is
I
scanning. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
yeah. I was wondering if this Volt Edge is something I'd have to attune to.
She goes over to it and kind of touches the blade and closes her eyes. Oh, that's right. Yes. This one does require a connection.
Okay, I'm good for now. I'll have to think about it further.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Are you ready to check out with that bag of holding?
Oh, bag of holding, I'll definitely check out for.
All right. So easy enough. You can pay the 150 gold. Sorry, I'm tongue tied tonight. And you have a bag of holding. She looks over to you, Charles. Anything for you, dear?
Yes, I'm looking for any and every spell scroll that has the ritual that can be cast as a ritual.
I think I've got some things for you. She you see her trunk reach over, grab a box, and hold it out in front of her as she goes over to the wall of spell scrolls, and she just grabs solid 24 spell scrolls. She brings them back. All right, admittedly, some of these are duplicates, but we do have, and so let's see here. I'll say all first level rituals.
Oh, right, those are for some reason.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. All of the first level rituals are there. Oh, crud. All the first and second level rituals are there. For third level rituals, Layman's Tiny Hut, Phantom Steed. For fifth level rituals, Rare Telepathic Bond is there.
Also, Ryan, a certain chat member named Ben Noises. Don't know who that could be. Maybe my brother who's named Ben, but he's telling you to get off your phone.
Anyway. The clown, more like it.
And for 6th level spells, the only ritual is there's a couple of them. I don't even know how to pronounce this. Dramige's instant summons.
Yeah. Okay. I definitely want to get Rary's Telepathic Bond. I definitely want to get Phantom Steed. I definitely want to get Lehman's Tiny Hut.
As you say this, she's putting them to the side.
Yeah. How much is a first level scroll?
The first levels are 100 each.
100 each, okay. Then I will take Comprehend Languages.
Okay.
Here, I'll just add these to my list. Did she have water breathing?
She did not.
Okay. I'm gonna make a list of mine.
While you're handling that, Tonko's gonna find Wrath and ask him if he's got a spare great axe hiding somewhere. And
what do you need it for?
I'm building a big, strong skeleton.
Well, if I can get it back, you can use the Wrath of Wrath.
You want to give my skeleton a magic weapon?
Well, I don't have another great sword.
You don't carry this like spare weapons?
No.
We used to have a bunch, but I think we either sold them or lost them.
Yeah, I mean it'll be in my bag until I summon the skeleton. So, and then
that's fine. If I need it, I'll have you summon the skeleton then.
That'll make him so strong.
Was there Contact Other Plane? Sorry.
No.
Okay.
Contact Other Plane was not there.
I'd also like to go to the weapon shop that Chance went to.
Okay.
Maybe I was just there, so I heard descriptions.
Well, the weapons are in the Arcane Scroll, the same place these guys are all in.
Gotcha. Excuse me, could I hear a little more about that great sword?
She looks over at it. Oh, yeah, Autumn's Chill. It's one of my favorites. I actually made that one myself. Um, so it's uh, to easily describe to you. It's a +1 magic weapon, and upon hitting a creature, you deal 1d8 extra necrotic damage
Mm.
every hit.
Mm. That's better than Hex.
How much would you like for Autumn's Chill?
Well, the price for it is 1,800, 1,800 gold.
Well, I'm a little short on gold. What do you think about 1,200?
Unless you have something in trade, I'm not sure I can dip that low. Sorry.
Oh, well, actually, I picked up this special decoy crystal bomb from earlier the other day. I'll take out the purple crystal and show it.
Bartering the crystal. All right.
That's interesting. And she's now kind of splitting her attention between Charles and you, Wrath. Not her tusk. Wow. Her trunk reaches out. May I inspect it, please?
You may.
You said it's a bomb of sorts?
Yes, be very careful. It could explode at any moment.
Charles kind of gives a look and goes like,
She
And you can tell
holds it-
Raph is kind of smiling and giggling to himself.
She looks at you and holds it up, and then you see her eyes flash like a blue, like a light blue, as she inspects it. Oh, sorry. Well, that's certainly a pretty crystal, and I mean, I can't make that trade. I'm sorry, but it's that's definitely going to help you in dark places.
Okay, well, that's fine. Here's 1,800 gold then.
Like she stops what she's doing with Charles, looks at you. It's get it off the wall. grabs the
Oh,
grabs the money and pockets it.
What did you say
So yeah,
about second level rituals, by the way? Did you say some or not all of them were there?
all the second levels are there.
All second levels are there. Okay.
Yeah, first and seconds are all there. And then thirds is where there were some missing.
That one.
So, Kyle, I will make the item for you and add it to you in a second, okay?
Yeah, that'll be cool to have on hand for funsies.
All right. So I'm gonna want Rary's telepathic bond, which is so like I can give it in numbers. I have the list in me right here. 1
Okay.
5th level, 2 3rd level, 1 2nd level, and 4 1st level.
Okay. I'm just going to give you the amount here. So, 5th level is 2250.
Oh. Right.
4th level is 1100.
Oh gosh. Well, I
Third
don't have any
level.
4th level, thankfully.
Okay. Third levels are 500. Second levels are 250. First level is 100.
Okay. Frick. Well, I definitely don't have that much gold. Hey Donko, how much gold did you get last night?
Am I here?
I don't know, are you?
Am I? I guess I did just come find Wrath to get his axe. So yeah, I'm here.
Yep.
Yeah, if Wrath's here, you're here.
I spent it.
Oh.
How much do you need?
As much as you can give.
But like, how much is that?
Do you have like 1,000?
That's all that I have.
Oh.
That's saved for my component shopping.
Got it.
I can give you 400.
400. That helps a bit.
I can
Might
give
have
you
things for selling.
380.
380? That
Yeah.
also helps. Let me math. That totals 850. Alright, that is a lot. Okay, I gotta breast out the calculator.
How badly do we want to hold on to the gauntlets of ogre power?
We have gauntlets of ogre power.
We do.
No one using them?
I'm not using them anymore.
They're
I
attuned
got
to
the
me
Wrath
at the
has the
moment.
belt,
Oh, you're. Okay.
but like you don't necessarily need them, I guess, huh?
I mean, if I could put that on a skeletal berserker, that'd be pretty terrifying.
Oh, wow.
Well, hold on, it brings an important.
Does it require
question.
attunement?
Oh,
Yeah, can undead summons attune magic items?
It does require attunement.
Let's find out. 5. The dead can't attune magic items. Jeremy Crawford. Can a skeleton
There
attune an item? Attune requires that the creature meditates.
right.
So, no. Dead creature has no hit points. Wait, what? Oh, no, wait, what? That doesn't make sense. Is an inanimate the dead can't attune? That doesn't make any sense.
The 5th level was how much again?
2250.
Gosh. And then to actually like.
Oh, wait, okay. Corpses
5.
can't attune magic items, but undead creatures can, according to Jeremy Crawford. So he says.
850.
So if we have a pile of magic items that no one's using, in fact, our casters, do you guys have like random wands or anything you guys aren't using?
I don't. I think.
No.
Oh wait, no. I think Chance has a wand of the War Mage, but he's using it. I think.
Rod of the Pact Keeper.
Oh.
It does require attunement. I think the main reason I have Rod of the Pact Keeper at the moment is for regaining a Warlock spell slot.
Yeah, that's a Warlock must-have.
How much is a 3rd level one again, Josh?
3rd level. Let me go back to my notes here. 500.
500.
Yep.
Okay. I'll just hold on to the gauntlets, but I think I when the Loxodon lady is has a minute, Chance is gonna tell her that he wants the voltage. For what was it, 2100?
Say that one more time. Sorry.
The voltage was 2100 golds, right? Yeah. Chance is gonna buy that.
Okay.
All right. Charles is gonna buy 1 5th level and 4 1st levels. I've done the math if you want to trust me on it, but I went from like 3,200 something to 250.
You mean, wait, what?
Oh, because I'm also purchasing, I need to purchase the inks required to write it into my book, which is 50 gold pieces per level of the spell.
Right. She definitely has that, all of that for you.
Would it come bundled if I?
I'll say probably, yeah. She would probably do a wizard's bundle,
Okay,
basically, or
because I'm buying
Silver bundle.
450 of inks.
All right, so it'd be 400 of inks
Okay, so I just get
total.
50 back. All right. Yeah, we'll leave it at that.
And then what are you purchasing with the
Rary's telepathic bond,
Okay.
unseen servant, speak
Okay.
with animals,
Okay.
illusory script, and comprehend languages.
Okay. She rings you up. I trust you on the math.
Yep, I'm back to broke.
And with one fell magic item swoop, you guys are lacking in money again.
To grab those gems.
You haven't sold the gems yet.
We didn't pick them up.
I thought you were going to.
I took the money. I left the gems.
Okay. Well, you took the rest of the money. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm okay.
So that begs a question, though. Like, I have very limited magic items. Do you guys have, like, magic items you've been holding on to, just not using? Because technically, my undead skeletons can attune to them.
They can, yeah.
So that'd be pretty neat.
I hate that they can, but yes, they can.
Well, when I get a chance, I'm gonna.
But you are a chance.
I'm gonna like
Oh no.
attune to the voltage sword and disattune from the gauntlets. And then I also have a hat of disguise that I'm not attuned to.
Yeah, give a skeleton a hat of disguise.
Make
Yeah,
it human.
Wait, what?
Give a skeleton a hat of disguise.
Yeah, boy. I think I want to make one mage skeleton. Can I get one more skeleton militia copy?
All right, I want to barter with this lady, and I'm going to see if I can do this. I am going to approach and say, "Ma'am, if you are interested in bartering potentially, I have an item of significant magical import, and I will produce the handle of the binding blade from the Black Dragon lair, the blade that was the instant delete blade.
Yep.
This handle contains some of the strongest magic I have ever witnessed in my entire life. And if you are willing to purchase it, I would be glad to part with it."
She kind of
She can cast Identify on it, or if she wants. I don't think I have, so.
Yeah, I don't think you have either. She looks at it, picks it up. She's like, I have never seen a make like this. Where? It's always best not to ask where things are found.
If you really want to know, in the middle of an ancient black dragon's hoard. On display, dead center. At the time, it had a blade.
What happened to the blade?
Well, as soon as I pulled it out of the stone, it's quite a long story. But suffice it to say, the blade contained the power to erase one from existence. Rewrite history completely so that it was as if they were never there.
She leans forward. I have never heard of that.
Kind of bonkers, yeah.
Personally, as a magic wielder, it is the strongest magic I've ever seen in my lifetime, or felt.
Hold on a sec. And she puts it down and starts casting Jeez, my kids are loud.
She's gonna cast Legend Lore. Ooh.
First she casts Identify, which then her eyes glow blue and her hands raise over it. What? Okay, one sec. And then she starts casting Legend Lore.
Ooh.
And she puts her hand over the blade, closes her eyes, and then her eyes snap open and are just a milky white as she's taking in. She sits there for a while.
I think we broke her. Oh, never mind. So what'd you learn?
Not to be rude. Please get that out of my shop.
Understandable. I will take it and I will place it into the bag of holding.
Thank you for your business, but please,
Charles is gonna cast Detect Thoughts immediately. He should have done it. Frick! He should have done it while it was happening.
you,
But subtle spell Detect Thoughts.
of course, you get fear. Potent and powerful fear. Not just for herself, but for everything.
What did you see, ma'am?
That blade, or whatever that is, shouldn't exist. It's a tear. It's a tear in the plane, material plane. And it's not alone. Please, I need to close up shop.
Wait, I want to know more about this. Are there more?
I'm gonna dive. I'm really sorry about this, and I'm gonna dive deeper.
Alright, she needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
I believe so.
What is your DC?
17.
17. She looks at you sharply. Please leave.
Very well. Let's go. And Charles will wave his Staff of the Magi, which he has had in his hand.
Thank you for your patronage. She kind of ushers you all out, and as you exit, she closes the door, quickly locks it, flips the sign to say closed, then retreats back into the shop.
Well,
What
that
was that about, Charles?
was really unfortunate, because I thought I could have gotten a pretty penny out of that. But
Good
now
to know
I
that
know
it's kind of like a cataclysmic blade of non-existence. Pretty cool.
Yeah, that sounds really, really bad.
I wonder if we can rebuild it and use it to kill all the gear.
No. I don't think we want to touch that kind of
deleting
magic.
the Githyanki army from existence.
Charles is going to try and recollect how he felt when the 1 minute he had it in his hand.
Powerful. You felt as though the world itself could bend. Reality itself could bend and break to your will. As you recall it more and more, it scares you more and more. because it was addicting. At the time, you just wanted more. It felt like you needed, beyond the release of the blade itself, the flames that were licking up your hand as you were holding it, beyond that need to release that energy. You recall that as you did release it into the ground, if I remember correctly.
Or I just kind of let it die, honestly.
Yeah. As it died, as it was released, however it worked, you felt a need for more. Ever so briefly, before that was drained from you.
Alright. Didn't like that. And I don't like that there's more of them. Alright. Well, I need to take some time to write these spell scrolls into my book so I can cast them on a dime.
We
Have a
didn't
request. Sorry, go ahead.
we didn't get as far as the Sentinel's house, did we?
I think that's where we're heading right now, though, right?
Yeah, I think that's where you're heading right now.
Okay.
Castle's with us, right?
Castle, are you with them?
You went shopping?
Yeah.
Sure. I
Okay.
already repaired Risa, so yeah.
On the way back, I'm going to request and discuss blueprint details for a wand of chill touch.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Is it a magical item?
Josh, I don't know. I don't really know what kind of magic item crafting rules you use. I don't know if you use raw or xanthers or homebrew.
You're talking to me?
Yeah.
We haven't really done much in the way of magic item crafting, so
We've done a lot of non-magic item crafting.
yeah.
With
Yeah.
like Wrath's shield axe. His
Yeah, the shield axe.
I am high enough level I could begin to start magic crafting.
Oh, we're past the level where you can start magic crafting.
In raw magic crafting, you just have to cast the spell into an item that's capable of it once a day for a week per rarity level, I believe it is. But that's raw. Xanthers added like a whole new thing with like
where you could use
parts.
like monster parts, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
I guess
but we do have an artificer, and I know the spell, so.
It depends on how long you guys are willing to have some downtime.
Which we
there are things that need to be done, you guys know, but you can if you would like to.
We do need to travel for a little while to get to the Bloody Plains.
No, we don't.
Do you have a warp point there?
Plane shift.
But don't you have to know where you're going to plane shift?
Just know the
You
name.
can just identify blood letters and we'll warp to them?
Well, didn't someone specify that like they have a stronghold or something in the center of the
blood letter camp? I could say that.
Could be any of the camps.
And it works.
All right. Well, in that case, then, back to my magic item question: does anyone have, or can the artificer make just like a really basic cantrip wand? Is that something that they can just craft simply, or?
I mean, considering he can make a thing that casts in large reduce 10 times a day.
Yeah.
I feel like he
I can imbue a non-magical item and give it a spell that it can be cast equal to twice my intelligence modifier. And you use my spell casting ability.
Oh, that spell would be pretty good. But a cantrip would probably be easier. Wouldn't require any special. I don't know. I don't know how artificers work.
Yeah.
I'll say for this instance, if you guys were to take, let's say 2 days of downtime,
Okay.
and Castle working on it with your help,
Mhm.
you
Yes.
guys can get it done within 2 days.
Okay. For the
Willing
chill touch
to-
wand or one of his cantrips.
Um,
You know, that
in
kind of...
this case, it would be, you could probably do the chill touch one in this case, yeah.
That
Brings
kind
in
of
a whole
tracks,
nother-
actually, because it's going to take me 18 hours of writing to get all of these spells in my book.
Perfect.
Wait.
I guess that brings in the question of level casting. Because a cantrip increases in level as we do, does it cast at the level of the creature casting it, or the level it was put into the item?
In this
The
case,
level put into the item would be 11th level.
it will be the base. So
Base,
like
okay.
casting at a level 1, basically.
Like casting a spell scroll.
Yeah.
Works for
You
me.
can't make a
All
higher
right.
level spell scroll, at least I'm
So
pretty
now
sure you can.
I have 8 militiamen, 1 berserker, and a spell flinger. Got myself my own little army.
Wait, so do you want me to do a spell check to make sure, or do you want me to do because I'm building an item, you want me to do some
Well,
checks?
let's do this. Go ahead and make your tinkering check to see how many charges it'll have.
Well, it's a
Okay.
cantrip, right? So it doesn't use spell slots.
It doesn't use spell slots, but it will still use a charge.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, because you're not the one casting it, which means it's not infinite.
And so
That makes sense. Yeah.
we'll do a combination tinkering check from Castle and an Arcana check from Donko.
Ooh. Okay. I'm gonna give myself guidance on this one.
That's fine.
Since it's a tinkering check, I'll flash that, so that's a 24.
Come on. Of all the times to not roll a 1.
Okay.
Big rip.
So a 24 and a nat 1.
I'll roll it anyway. Another 1.
Wow.
So instead of a D12 instead of a D12 of charges, it'll be a D8 of charges because of the nat 1.
Okay.
Max.
Yes?
Oh, come on.
What's up?
Big rip.
Yeah.
1 of
2 charges of chill touch.
So it'll
Okay.
have 2 charges on that one.
Recharges daily, right?
It does recharge daily, yes.
2 charges.
All right.
Ooh,
So
I'm gonna have to buy a magic item at some point for this.
So during these 2 days, we have Castle and Donko working on that. Charles with his nose in his book. Chance, Wrath, anything you guys wanted to do during these couple of days? While just kind of relaxing around the Sentinel's home or however you guys wanted to go?
I do not remember what I did with my my
Can you go to bed?
what's that owlbear? My owlbear cloak. I don't remember what I did with it. I'd like to find it.
Didn't you give it to somebody?
I gave it to somebody that we left either in Feheim. I think it was here actually that I gave it to someone we left here. I don't remember though.
Was
I'd
it
like to
Waylon?
remember.
Was it Waylon possibly?
No, I don't
No?
think it was Waylon. No, I think it was one of like the leaders or something who helped us, who showed us our place.
I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
I have to go back and and re-watch, I guess.
Other than that, I don't really have anything besides
Okay.
eat a lot of meat, drink.
It can definitely be arranged. Chance, anything?
Well, would there? Let's see. There's a forge in the Sentinel's house, right? Would there have been time in between the making? Well, I guess if Castle is focusing on the one of chill touch with Donko, then he wouldn't have time for like the sword bow idea, huh?
That would probably take a little bit longer time. And with him intermittently in and out of helping enchant a wand for Donko, he might be able to start like preliminary designs, but the actual construction would probably take a little bit longer.
Okay, the actual construction can wait then.
So, Castle, would you have on some of the off times when it was Donko's turn to start uh, what's it called to work on stuff, would you have started on like preliminary designs for the sword bow, or okay, go ahead go ahead and just make an intelligence check for me.
Straight up intelligence?
Yep.
All right.
These designs you get pretty much like you quickly iterate through different ways of keeping that tension and making the swords strong enough to pull back using the bow itself or the bow aspect of it. Um, and you feel like you have a pretty good idea for how to construct this. And it's different than anything you've ever done before, but you're proud of yourself for some of these designs, some of these concepts. Um, yeah, good roll.
We
Nice.
So, 2 days are up. The wand is created. The all of your spells
Oh, okay.
are in and available to you.
Let's shall we? Spells. Open.
From here, where do you guys go? What do you do? Who do you become?
Dun, dun, dun. Well, the decision is bloodletters or floating city.
I'm down for blood letters now. I think we need to finally get them on our side.
Try it.
All for blood letters?
Aye.
Sure. I mean, only other thing is like looking for the Donko clones. In my mind, at least.
Oh, speaking of which, Wayland did return on that second day.
Oh.
My bad. I wanted to do that. So yeah, Wayland returns on that second day, and he seems upbeat, cheerful. Yeah.
Does he remember anything else?
Does he remember? No, he hasn't had any other epiphanies or memories.
Well, during the downtime that we have, I just want to like update. Donko 2. What happened?
Wayland?
Wayland, yeah. on the fact that we found another one possibly, and he is welcome to help us find him if he's got the time. But if not, we'll get there.
As you mentioned that you guys have potentially found another one of you, he kind of perks up. Where was he?
Where was he?
Zayanaya.
Where's my maps? In here somewhere.
Let's see. Zayanaya was like where he'll be like within sometime within
the
this
week,
next week.
I think is what I asked. So,
And
within the
what
week,
that was the same one that like had shown up previously in that other city, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So if you want to like put out feelers, maybe even like see if you can find him, that would be great. Because we're probably gonna go get a bunch of barbarians.
I don't envy you. See, I'll definitely. Tanya is trying to get in contact with those in the Fort Empire. Having a hard time doing it. She's planning on traveling there in a couple of days. So I might want to. I might tag along with her, see what's going on over there.
That sounds good. That sounds good.
We'll have to make a short detour. I'll have to make a short detour down to Zaydine, but yeah. That sounds good. Sounds good.
Awesome. All right, that's one problem solved.
Okay.
That's about it. That's everything I wanted to do.
Okay. As you gather together, you, Wrath, if I remember correctly, you do recall that the encampment, the stronghold, if you will, is known as the Blood Well.
I also remember, I think it was Tanea that I left it with when we left to do something crazy. At
Was
some
it
point,
probably going to Audra?
yeah, that's right.
Okay. Tanya, unfortunately, is not here in town at the moment.
Alright, well, y'all ready? Hold hands, say a prayer, hallelujah. And then I cast Plane Shift twice to go to the Blood Well.
All right. You feel the pull right behind your navel as you are yanked out of the material plane, thrust into the cliffs and the beauty of
I believe we wanted
what
to go to Biopia, I think, or something.
yeah, something like that. You quickly see that there are a couple of mountain goats the size of large buildings, not too far away from you guys, and then the pole again is there, and Charles, as you think bloodletters, the blood well, you are thrust down back to the material plane.
Snap back to reality.
You find yourselves standing on a dusty ground. Scrubs and sagebrush surround you. Dead trees are all around. You are standing what looks like on a small plateau or outcropping, looking down into whatever valley is below you. You see a sprawling, haphazardly put together city. You see the walls are basically made of just scrap metal thrown together with little pieces of wood sticking out and small little parapets every once in a while where people stand with bows, crossbows, You can see the surrounding area is just desert. All vegetation is dead or dying. There is a gate to the north, or to the south of where you guys are at. And not too far past the gate, you can see the buildings. Half of them are tents, half of them are brick and clay. Part of them are just kind of thrown together pieces of wood and metal. It looks honestly very Mad Max without the machinery. But the city of the Bloodwell spans before you.
Okay, I cannot
Not
see
gonna lie,
anything.
I kind of imagined it just be like nomad tents or something. But it's pretty tight. Pretty tight.
Okay, there we go. Now I can switch stream to the map. There we go. So
As you stand there,
we are overlooking it.
Yes, so you are to the north east, kind of up. We're up in this area up here, standing on some sort of like a small plateau or whatnot, just kind of 30, 40, 50 feet above everything else. As you're looking down over this city, you can see. I mean, from this distance, you can see little specks of people running in between the buildings. There is sections of people fighting with weapons. You can hear the clangs and screams of battle. You can hear uproarious laughter from a relatively nearby building. It's loud and dusty. What do you guys want to do? How do you want to approach this?
Alright, yeah, we didn't really think of a plan before we did this, huh?
We
Always go
didn't.
wrong. Oh,
Well, was there so was there the thought of basically trying to get Wrath to be the leader?
We don't know how their hierarchy is completely stand. We think his dad's like a big honcho. That's it. Like, they might have a council. Anyway, here's my elevator pitch of a plan. We go in, Wrath, center stage of our group. We're just like throwing flowers or something, and I'm like, somebody's announcing, "Oh, welcome back, the great Brozak Wrath Brodigan." And
Not my last name, but
back from the
okay.
dead. Or sorry, I've called you Wrath for so long. That's my pitch. And then we see how that goes.
Well, it could go well, but if it doesn't go well, we will all die.
Well, I could still get us out of there. I mean, either me or Castle could get us out of there like that, if necessary. We just need to stay semi-close together, at least.
But also, if we don't pull this off the first try, and if we have to run away, there's no coming back. They're very prideful people.
It's a question, do we want to make a big noise, or do we want to be cool about it?
I wonder.
Well,
We could be cool about it, and then if we need to, make a big noise, you know.
for one thing, we need to at least get inside the walls, right?
Yeah. Are they guarded?
You do see.
What do your eagle eyes see, Wrath?
Yeah, I'll climb
Wrath,
up a tree bush.
You do look over and you see, as I was saying, there's the parapets with people guarding on them with bows and arrows and crossbows. They, from this distance and with your eagle eye, you notice that they look kind of bored, completely out of their minds, bored. You do see that there are a couple of the gate is open, and that there are people going in and out, mostly in small groups and holding massive weapons and things like that as they're going out to maybe hunt or maybe
What's the
go.
race diversity? If there is any.
There is a ton. Like,
Oh, really?
you do see a lot of bugbears. You do see there are
Majority
several.
bugbear?
No, not majority bugbear. Um, you do see a lot of individuals with hoods up and things like that. There are uh, several tabaxi walking around as well. Goliaths, dwarves, elves, humans.
Really?
It's a very diverse. Wrath, as you're staring at this, what used to be your home, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw for me.
About to get an amnesiac attack. Oof.
Nice.
You take
Oh, wow.
7 points of psychic damage as
Damage.
memories, unbidden, unwanted, start to flood your mind. You remember
Let's hear the backstory.
you remember growing up here. You remember your first sword, your first great sword that you were able to actually lift and use. And your father was so proud. You remember the disdain of your older brothers. You remember when the brother right above you and the brother right below you were both killed. You remember when your mother was killed out on a raid. You remember when the torture started. Pain coursing through your entire body. You remember being told that if you told your father that you would just disappear. And being so young that you were terrified of that. You remember not really having many close friends because of your brothers. You remember fights at the classes, the fighting classes that you would be thrust into. There is order and structure within this city. You specifically do remember being taught about the 7 clans, the tenuous alliance between them, and the Circle of Bones, the ruling council, with one leader, with one individual, the leader of each clan, being on that council. They're the ones that decide which contracts to take, who to send. They're the ones that divvy up the raid loot to the different clans, and there are thousands upon thousands upon thousands down there. It's a cramped city. It's even grown a little bit since from what you remember. And you remember the day that you ran. In a frenzy, still reeling from the pain, running through thicket, over boulders, through woods, until you couldn't run anymore. Your feet were bleeding. Your legs couldn't hold you. And you collapsed. Somehow, though, you found your way even farther west into the Moorcliffs, into the woods. All of this comes back in a single moment as you look on the city you grew up in.
Well, I need to sit down for a minute.
You guys notice there is blood trickling from his ears and his nose.
Wrath, are you okay?
Okay.
Take a seat. Okay.
As I start to fall on Charles.
Oh, okay.
Chance will help make sure he doesn't crush Charles.
He probably falls on top of Charles. Charles almost gets telekinesis cast, and then at the last second doesn't.
Josh, do I know the way still around the city?
I would say yes, you do. And I'll send you some details for a little bit later as well.
Okay. I'll stand up and I'll be like, well, I know the way. Shall we go find my father?
Can we
if
just
he's here.
walk in? Would we fit in? I mean, if there's tabaxis down there, I expect Chance is rugged enough looking to be able to pass off as barbaric. 2 metal men.
Yeah, I'm starting to think I should have kept the gauntlets attuned.
Do you have any like cloaks?
Yeah, I can get all cloaked up.
Sure, you guys have
Got a
you guys have some
bedroll.
folks.
Oh, I got my mushroom hat too. I haven't put that on in a while.
Pretty sure I've got some sort of cloak
hat.
from my expedition days of some kind.
I'm pretty sure I included a cloak in his traverse clothes
Yeah,
his description.
I'm just gonna like reach into my bag, pull out a couple of skeleton bones, and bring them around my neck. That's probably.
Oh yeah, did I ever say attuned to the voltage?
you did, yeah.
Okay.
You're good.
One of my skeleton militiamen is now missing some ribs, but he'll be all right.
He's got a great axe.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're just gonna go in, find your dad, say hi, and then talk to
maybe some tea.
That is a good question. Maybe we should think about this a little bit.
Would Wrath communicate what he remembered about the structure of the clans?
Wrath, would you?
Do you like?
Very loose. I'd be like, well, I remember, my dad was in charge, and he was in charge of me and some other people, and then there was other people who were in charge of all of the other people.
Okay, so your dad wasn't in charge of everything, but there were people in their own groups. Okay.
Listen, Charles, my dad could beat up your dad
I'm sure.
any day.
I'm positive. But
That's awesome.
All right. So they don't have a single leader then. There are multiple leaders over multiple groups or clans in this case, I guess. That would be difficult. Even if we were to get you into a favorable position with your father to the point where we could communicate what is happening on the rest of the continent, we'd have to convince the rest of the clans to pull up roots and send basically everybody over to the other frickin' side of the continent.
Yes, it's not.
Well, you said they're
Doesn't
raiding.
sound very good.
Seems like they like to go raiding. They get loot. Very Viking.
The only way I could
True.
see us working with this is if we pitch the Githyanki as the ultimate motherlode.
Well, I was gonna say, what if we give them free reign of that city? There's no people left in it. They can just loot the entire city because everyone else is dead. It doesn't matter.
Oh, that's
City, Winter's
brilliant.
Hearth?
Yeah, it's a big city, lots of loot. They could probably keep it. I don't care.
Winter's Hearth. Is that city still occupied by the demons?
I mean, it's not occupied by any people, at least.
It can't
Must
be.
be.
They're all gone. We
Yeah.
rescued the only survivors.
There are only like a couple of them.
That's the closest land. That's not too far away. Let me pull up
that gives them a foothold in the continent.
Yeah, let me pull up a
Port
map,
City,
the maps that
and
Josh gave us, because we have maps.
More loot than they
and
have any idea what to do with.
That's so true. Hold up. Alright, one sec.
Wait, wouldn't Winter's Hearth have been looted by the Gith and demons in the first place?
But they're all still there, I
Likely.
think.
They're not
Well, at least, as far as we
materialistic
know, they're
ways.
still there.
At least the bug monster things, I doubt they're very materialistic.
Yeah, it's so close. It's just a hop skipping away from Misthaven.
Yeah.
That could work. Okay, we need to verify that the demons are still occupying there, though.
I can ask. I'm just gonna augury real quick.
Oh, just real quick, Augury. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna.
So, Josh, you just sent me this stuff. Do I remember all of this exactly?
You do.
Okay.
You were specifically because you were being raised and kind of, what's the word? You're being taught these things to take over from your father when he passed. And so this is the details of what you can remember from the clans.
Cool. I'm going to share this with the other members of the party then.
Okay.
My augury question, by the way, is Winter's Hearth still occupied by enemy forces?
Remind me the details of augury.
Basically, a deity of some kind answers in the most simplistic way possible. A wheel for good, woe for bad, or neither.
Okay. You get... You get a feeling of a little wheel and a little woe.
So not full occupation. Okay. Foothold armies moved on.
Wait, does that mean there are still people there?
No, just the question I asked was like enemy occupation. So if it's a little of both, that means that yes. No, I'd assume.
As we all stand together, I explain all of this stuff that I'm remembering to you guys about the different leaders.
Are you gonna post that in a chat?
Already done.
I put it in general.
Oh, is it? Okay, let me pull it up. Frick. Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, barbarians and fighters, watch out.
Oh, frick. Oh, frick.
So Brozak Gravemaker Berthodden is Wrath's father?
That's right.
And these were the people.
But we all gonna die.
How long ago
I believe that
was
if we
this?
make it to my father, we'll be okay. We might have to fight somebody. I remember fighting a lot of people, so we'll see.
Well, we
Times.
know about your brother Flight and your brother Spear. Spear's gone now, but Flight was still here, and who knows what he's gotten up to.
It's true.
But
how many years ago has it been since you were last here?
I believe actually that Flight, if I'm not mistaken. Wait, there was just Spear and Flight that I knew about, right, Josh? And Flight was a mage, some kind of magic.
yeah, which was looked down upon, sort of.
Yeah, so I doubt that he's here.
Alright, we can go in and try to find your dad. We'll just keep a low profile, keep the hoods on, and just try to find your father, and then we'll go from there. Things go... crap hits the fan. One of us... I mean, we could even, if we need to be so desperate, Castle can teleport a portion of us, and then I can plane shift another portion of us.
And probably all stay together. Everybody, well, almost everybody here is trained to kill in some way, so be careful.
Okay. Castle, if we do end up splitting the teleportation, just agree to meet at not Misthaven, at Feyheim as our rendezvous.
Good.
All right.
Let's
You
go.
guys cloak up. You cloak up. You
Anyone
climb
want
your
some
way. What's that?
bones? Does anyone want some bones? Maybe a little bone hat, bone necklace?
Nah, I'm good.
Here you go, skeleton.
This one's George.
You gotta name them all now.
Yeah.
So you climb down, head over to the...
Oh, real quick. How long of a walk is it going to be from here to the front gate?
15, 20 minutes.
Okay. Before we go, Charles is going to sit down. I'm going to mentally link all of us. 1 second. 10 minutes. That's all it will take. And I will take 10 minutes to ritual cast Rary's telepathic bond, and I'm going to use a meta magic point to extend it to 2 hours.
Okay.
Extended to 2 hours, you said?
Yep.
Okay.
Extended spell doubles the length of time. So we can all mentally communicate, not only me to you guys, but you guys to me. Now.
Ooh.
And to each other, right?
Yes, and to each other, and each of you. I no longer have to be the focal point.
Nice.
Oh. So as you get connected, you head down. A few minutes later, you're at the front gate. Are you trying to be... it says you're trying to be inconspicuous. I'm going to need everyone to roll a stealth check for me, please.
Okay.
Wrath, if you're not trying to be inconspicuous, you don't have to.
I am, yeah, for now.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm not trying to necessarily be conspicuous.
Gotcha.
That one. Okay.
Risa also need to roll that.
Guess I'm trying to be conspicuous.
Yes, Risa will need to do it too.
Oh, I forgot to put my cloak on. Oops.
Okay. Overall, so it was just a group. Overall, pretty good. Looks like two failures out of the
Rest being
six.
success.
The 6 of you. So you, Wrath, you do forget to put your cloak on until you get down to the gates. You're like, oh, whoops! Quickly put it on, put the hood up. You were seen, but it's not the biggest deal, from what you can tell. But you all head through the gates. You kind of tail behind another group that was coming in. Wrath, you know that father's um, your father's tent and the Clan Brozak area of the encampment is, well, right about here. This area right here.
Real quick to interrupt, Josh. Bakor7 says, DM, where's the lightsabers? The mood. And then
They're not
Ben
hung up.
says-
It's not hung up yet. It's not hung up yet.
And then Ben says, DM, if Donko doesn't get a hat, I will dox you.
Uncle's already got a hat. He's got his mushroom
No,
hat.
but a Stetson.
Yeah, I do need a Stetson.
Oh. I mean, this is kind of like the Wild West. We'll see. Yeah, so heading through the streets, you guys notice that it's not as rough and tumble as as you guys were imagining. You do find places where there is fighting going on or training or things like that. Excuse me. But it's not like everybody here is just pummeling each other to death all the time. You see individuals carrying water buckets back and forth. You see people with laundry that they're taking to get washed. You do notice also that there are a lot of armed individuals. Uh, Everything from glaives to swords to crossbows, everything, every weapon imaginable you can see just in a 3 minute sprint from one side of the street to the other. But nobody stops you. Nobody questions this group heading through, cloaked and hooded. And you make your way, Wrath, to a very familiar entrance. There are people going in and out of this large, almost like a circus tent, but solid colored uh, building. You can see that the walls themselves once were cloth, now are just a wood. What is my camera doing? Just a wood spiked wall all the way around this tent. You can see smoke coming out of an exhaust hole out the top, and you can hear on the inside people shouting and laughing and screaming and chatting it up. You head in, and Wrath, the first thing you notice is your father sitting up on a high table, surrounded by several people. They're kind of up on this raised platform. In the center, there's a large bonfire with several skewers of meat being cooked over it. There are other tables and chairs and places to sit just scattered throughout the entirety of this tent. And it's probably a solid like 50, 60, 70 feet in diameter. And it's massive. And there are probably 4 or 5 dozen people all throughout it. As you enter, you see your father sitting up at the table, the high table. Next to him, you see Flight. He has dual blades attached to his back. He's wearing kind of dark leathers. He looks very different than what you remember. You remember a robe wearing mage. He looks very changed, very different. What do you do?
This is my home. And I just gonna do it. Is there any kind of respectful thing that I remember having to do with my father?
A lot of the times when he was up at the high table, you do remember there is a small area in between the high table and the cook fire, the bonfire, that is normally left open for audiences. And you remember several people coming and standing there and waiting, probably hours, before he would address them. But he would always address them.
I'll motion to the party to move over to that spot, and then I'll take my cloak off and take my great axe out and just kind of hit it on the floor, get a little bit of attention, but not like overly.
Okay. Go ahead and make I'll give you a choice, a performance or a persuasion.
Strength
Whatever you're trying to
performance?
do. I will allow
Probably
strength
shouldn't.
performance.
Okay, yes. I'll do strength performance then. Can I just roll in athletics for that? Is that
Sure, yeah. Your friends gather around you, all cloaked and hooded. You, with a flourish, take off your cloak, take your axe out, and slam it on the ground. What's nice about this area is it's not just the dirt and stone of the rest of the building or the rest of the area, it's wooden. So your pound down onto it echoes and reverberates through the entire tent. And most of the people go quiet. Grave Maker is up there chatting with somebody. Turns, looks at you. His eyes go wide. Wrath? And that's where we're going to end tonight.
Oh.
Cliffhanger. Oh man, I'm so excited for this arc. We've been planning for this for how many months now?
Too many.
Yeah, me
years?
too.
Yeah, Josh, it's a year and a half that you've had this all built out.
Just about, yeah.
It's been on our list, but it hasn't been like
Number one.
emergency priority.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm really hoping because like Charles, while we were walking through, Charles was like, just so many warriors. This is like exactly what we need. This is like this city is more perfect than I could even imagine.
It's gonna be huge.
Oh,
Huge.
all
Just
right.
gotta convince them that it's worth it.
Which is why Charles is like, we can't mess up. we need this to work. Charles will try to put every charismatic bone in his body to work.
Sometimes literally. We'll see.
Yeah.
Well, guys, have a fantastic night, and plan on next week again.
Yeah.
We'll continue this and get to explore Bloodwell, which will be fun.
Yeah,
This
boy.
is like a whole new city. I wasn't expecting this. This will be
Yeah, it's
interesting.
huge.
There's like it's a whole new dynamic essentially. It's like Feyheim all over again. We're newcomers in the city.
Yep.
We have
And
literally zero influence.
we have to
here.
convince the council to help us.
The Circle of Bones is what they're called.
Getting deja vu from the spoken one days.
Yeah, you guys have you've done a lot of convincing and a lot of
We're kind of experienced in this. It's just a different culture.
yeah.
There's probably gonna need to be an exchange of blood. We'll see what happens.
We shall see. But anyway, have a good night. We will see. I'll see you guys next week.
All right.
You guys.
See you
Wait,
guys.
Kyle, wait, before you go,
Before
what
we
are the stats on that axe? Is it just a +1? For this? I think it has a spell or something.
Yeah, so it has a daylight spell and a
Dispel magic.
dispel magic spell on it.
So you get to
There-
choose